Hey everybody, this is John. Welcome to the free video. I want to touch on a couple of key indicators I've been looking at here. There's only one that I have as bullish, is the skew. So the skew has dropped to an area which is traditionally very bullish. Basically, when it comes down to these levels, the idea of like hedge funds are no longer scared, they're not hedging, and we typically get a pop. This is the only weird thing here that where I saw that it didn't really work. That was more Powell talking to the press, but you can see, boom. And then, of course, when we get up here, it means they're very, very nervous and they're very focused on hedging, and typically for a good reason. From there, the 10-day moving average of the put-call ratio is neutral. All right, so when it's neutral, it's neither here nor there. Remember, when it is below 0.85, typically that puts a ceiling on the market. As you can see, that happened here, and then we actually look to fall. So right now, we are dead neutral. So the main index I'm looking at here in terms of something as a potential red flag is the Russell. So if we look at the Russell here, and we'll look at the Russell under IWM, but this stock is, first of all, the financials are actually having a really, really hard time after Friday, okay? The Fed minutes came out, showed greater concern for the economy than originally thought. So now they're getting really, really dovish, and they're not going to do any more rate hikes in 2019. And what happened is that after everybody had digested that on Thursday night, the markets got creamed on Friday. And of course, the Russell's largest component is mid-sized banks. They got crushed. We came down to the tree line. I am looking to short the Russell. Okay, now the NASDAQ may continue going higher, but this right now is not only the best hedge that's out there, but is also on a directional basis. The Russell is leading the rest of the markets. If you recall, back in September, the Russell topped out 3 weeks prior to the S&Ps. All right. The Russell is always leading like this because the companies that are most affected by changes in the economy, the smaller ones, are at the forefront of this, and they're all in the Russell. So keep an eye on this. If the Russell does indeed break out, especially through here, yeah, guess what? We're going to be all guns blazing for a rally here. But I am definitely going to be putting on some IWM long puts on any rallies up into this 21 period moving average or sooner, with the idea that, first of all, this thing is going to roll over and die, and then secondly, it is a great hedge to have in this market. Okay. Now, in terms of a long, one of my favorite longs here is UBNT. This thing hits all the criteria that I look at for a long trade. You got the ADX here, boom, beta, green, 52-week channel, 60-day channel, boom, stacked EMAs, boom. Most importantly, you got weekly VWAP above monthly, and then you got all the right things that are supposed to be neutral that are neutral. All right, so what is this? Why is this thing important? Let's take a quick look. All right, so earlier, I talked about kind of the small lot class, right, and the kind of stocks picks that I like. This is a good example of one that I like. There's a couple things here that I'm looking for. I am looking for an ADX at this specific level, a beta at this specific level, the 52-week channel, the 60-day channel at this specific level, moving averages that are stacked positive. And along all these same lines, I want to see the Bollinger percent be negative. Okay, I want to see the RSI, not negative, neutral, RSI neutral. I want to see the stochastics neutral. And most importantly, I want to see that the weekly VWAP is trading above the monthly VWAP. Okay, it's a plus if there's a squeeze, and it's a huge plus if we're here at the mean. So this is kind of the whole basis of the stuff that I'm looking for, and we've designed this chart so you can kind of grab all this in one fell swoop. And a little bit more advanced is some of the IV ranks and things like that too, which I kind of get into in the class. So some of you may recall that the whole point of this was that a lot of emails that I received from people just asking like, hey, I've got a small account. How do I trade a small account? So I deliberately set up a small account with just under $6,000. At the end of January, it was at $11,000. At the end of, let's see here, at the end of February, it was just under $20,000. And then when we started, let's see, where was the last one? Yeah, and it right up at around, in this case on March 5th at $20,615, currently at $26,000. And so the idea with all of this is that we want to switch our mindset from trying to make money to actually managing an equity curve in a specific way as to continually climb. All right, the whole goal here is that you have an equity curve that goes from the lower left to the upper right, and you can do that with a couple of simple setups like the one I just showed you, but you've got to apply a specific mindset to that as well, or you're going to be you're going to make some money, and then you're going to make the classic mistakes that traders always make, and you're going to give it all back. And this class eradicates that by giving you a specific plan so that you stop doing that. All right, so while the early bird pricing for this has expired, you still can get, if you haven't got it already, you can still get the basic Saturday class, which comes with all the strategy and the quick start bonus, which is that all the tools and stuff that we showed you there. And again, if you're newer to options, you get options 101 and all that kind of fun stuff. You can still lock that in at $497 before we put it in the store, which is going to happen here in the next couple days. For the pro version, that includes the 3 days, all of that, plus the 3 days of live trading that we've already had, and the elite version includes all of that, plus the 2 days of live trading that start tomorrow. So the last 2 days of live trading for this are on Wednesday and Thursday of this week. So you're still able to participate in that live trading. If you would like to do that, with the elite package here, you get all the basic stuff that we've already done. You get to see the 3 days of live trading that we already did, which was a lot of fun, and join us for these 2 days of live trading. If you've done the basic or the pro and would like to upgrade to the elite, just give us a call here at the office and we can hook you up. All right. Hope it helps. You guys have a fantastic evening, and we'll see you at the next update.